Small ox fall big tree.
This is what Pollard had to say.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, your channel of undiluted sports content. Raymond and I are here to talk about the just concluded T20 matchup between the West Indies and England in Barbados, the fifth match of the series, and we're extremely happy because guess what? Ching, 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 West Indies win. Surprising or not, them deal with it. Raymond, how you feel about that matchup there?
Yeah. I'm super excited because after what happened yesterday, Saturday, we felt like it kind of it might slip away, but the West Indies actually knew what they were all about. They knew that they had what it take to beat the number one team in T20, England. So that is make me muy happy.
Right. So surprisingly, West Indies won the toss and decided to bat first. Normally, whenever they win the toss, they decide to put their position in. They made two changes coming into this final matchup. The player who came in the last match, Dominic Jakes, was replaced by Odean Smith. Yes, Odean Smith. And Darren Bravo was replaced by Fabian Allen. I know a lot of persons been asking why Bravo was selected as a specialist batsman and his name is at number 10 and number 8 and number 7. So those two players went out and they were replaced by Smith and Allen. What was your thought on this, the replacements?
Yeah, well, the replacement showed me that West Indies was interested in winning this game. I mean, we were wondering why Drake was there. And of course, we were wondering specialist batsman. You need an all-rounder and a bowler. You understand? And when I saw they made those substitution, in a sense, I was like, okay, they're listening and they're actually taking a real look at the team composition and how that can improve their chances of winning. And that's good. That's being decisive and acting accordingly. And so you can actually get the management leadership, the Pollard and the Simmons, I know person don't want to talk about that, but you actually could give them thumbs up for those decisions. That was decisive and it paid dividends.
Well, I'm not going to go into the thumbs up and who is to get credit just yet because we should have won the series a long time ago, probably yesterday or the match before that or whatever. But they chose to bat and they were off to a fairly good start. King and Myers putting on 59 runs in 6.4 overs for the first wicket. Then something went off in the middle overs, the typical struggle. Shepard was promoted up the order. And if we remember Shepard heroics in the second match, he didn't bat well in the third. The last match when we needed power hitters, he wasn't selected to come in, right? And then in this match, we see him batting at number 3. It didn't work. What do you feel about that change?
So we actually wanted to see some of those heavy hitters, batting in the top order. I wouldn't necessarily say it would have been Shepard. I actually wanted to see us in along closer to that point. But that was a gamble that didn't pay off, and actually made us look a little ridiculous with that. But I actually wanted, as I said, I wanted to see us in that position and not so much Shepard. But that's the decision they made. I understand where you put Puran, and that's understandable. But dropping Powell so a bit further down was kind of odd to me too. But hey, that's the decision they made.
So Shepard rotation to bat at number three didn't work out. I suspect that they're pushing Perrin down the order because of the heavy workload that he will have to do as the wicket keeper, even though he's batting first. But 59 for one, turn 67 for two, turn 89 for three, then 105 for four. So between over number seven and number 15, we lost 4 wickets for um, 47 runs. It started to look like England was here to win and win the series. But then come at the hour, I don't want to say, come at the captain who also promoted himself back up the order to number five with Powell at six. I felt like Powell should have batted earlier based on his strike rate over 200, 35 off 17 balls. We could have scored more if they had tweaked the batting lineup in the proper way.
Yeah, we could have scored way more if that had happened. But yeah, you can't discount the fact that Pollard actually took this one on. I know persons might beat me and say I'm Pollard friendly, but the truth is he actually took this on. He decided that he needed to promote himself up the order and actually put on some serious runs, and he did such thing. Now it helped him even more to have Powell as a partner, and they both went on to put up some serious run and pushing us to a total of 179. So he can honestly say and take it on because at that point, I can just imagine Pollard saying, "We're not about to lose this series at all, and we need to put some more runs." I'm promoting myself. Luckily, Powell was there to actually be a good partner with him, and they were able to put on some serious runs.
And the captain actually top scored with 41. Brandon King 34 off 31. Batted a sort of slow. Myers 31 off 19. Shepard, as we said, failed at the top, 6 off 5 balls. Puran 21 off 24. And it's time Puran start to convert some of these 20s and 30s into bigger score. Captain Pollard and Powell put on 74 runs for the fifth wicket, the highest fifth wicket performance by the team at home. And then they ended at 179 for four. And it sort of felt like the score was too low.
Yeah, initially I thought so too because we were treated to 224, 109. So you're like, oh geez, 179. This, the average just so low. This is so gettable in any shape or the matter, and pretty much England would find this easy going. Yeah, so we wanted to be more, but it wasn't. Surprised that it actually hold up, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then when England chased, it was the Hussein. You wanted to see him bat, Raymond, but it was the Hussein and Older show. 4 and 5 wickets combined, 9 wickets between them. It was critical to get Roy early because Roy is a game changer. We saw how he played in the T20 World Cup recently. Caught by Puran off Hussein early.
Yeah,
I think it was the first over.
Yeah, if this wasn't any indication that England said to themselves that them intend to win this series, I don't know what else would. You notice that the lineup and the serious attempt, they actually made some serious attempt to actually say, okay, we're actually going to knock off this 179 easily. But it wasn't to be. Hold on, Hussein. Hussein is a serious talent, serious new talent in a sense. Youngster, shining with bottom ball. Persons might actually say his figures, especially the couple games we had, his figures is almost pushing him to seem like a full-time all-rounder because he's not only doing it with the ball, but he's also doing it with the bat. And this time around in this match, he didn't bat. However, he had a good spell with the ball. And that to me seems like a player that is has improved his game tremendously and could possibly fit the bill of an all-rounder if his stats continue along that path. Jason Holder being at home, excited. We're glad that he actually showed up at home, and this spell with the ball was also excellent.
And there were key moments when England chased, and at some point it felt like this was it. England was going to win this match easily. But as you mentioned, Hussein showed up. He got rid of Roy early. He then got rid of Vince. These are key players. He got rid of Livingstone and he got rid of Saul. And we were like, yo, he brought West Indies back in the game. And then we can't discredit Smith, who got Banton early with sheer pace. And if we're to look at the overall performance of the bowlers, Raymond was saying 4 overs, 30 runs, 4 wickets, importantly, 10 dot balls at 7.5. Older, man of the match performance again, 2.5 overs, 27 runs, 5 wickets, 4 in the last over, 4 hat-trick back to back, decisive over needed to be tight and in line and accurate, and he did all of that to bring it home for the West Indies.
Yeah, when you have a 49 dot ball out of 120, you just can't just imagine how good the bowlers were. You know, this tournament we see ups and downs. We see batsmen coming to fore. We see bowlers in this last game. The bowlers actually did it for us. We thought that the runs were that was put up wasn't strong enough, and was you couldn't possibly defend it. But boy, were we wrong, and pretty much the bowlers were the one who actually brought this home for us. The bowlers, in the sense of Hussein and Holder, they actually put together a good set of innings in a sense, and got England way below that 179 target. Yeah, so it was incredible. And that that I have little words to try and describe this. It was that good.
So going down to the end of the English innings, we had 3 overs left to bowl, right? And if we look at the overall bowlers, Fabian Allen did extremely well. 3 overs, 7 dot balls, 17 runs, no wicket, 5.67 runs per over. Pollard had a decision to make. Do I go to Older, Cottrell, Older, or do I go to Allen or whoever else, or even himself? He chose to go Odean Smith in the 18th over when England needing 41 runs to win. The over went for 20 runs. Pressure. So Smith stats looks horrible at this particular time. 41 runs off 4 overs, 1 wicket. But before that 18th over, he had 3 overs for 21 runs and 1 wicket. A pressure situation for a inexperienced player.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because the type of players you have on your roster, and it would have made sense. The game was on the line in a sense, and it made sense you actually use Holder, who could actually bowl one more over. So it was kind of odd, that kind of decision. The game was definitely on the line, and you chose to go to Smith, and it almost cost us a game. But to be fair, I mean, Smith numbers could have looked a little better because he could have had 3 wickets. There were some drop catches, which
Right.
also affected his numbers not looking as palatable. But we all know, you almost possibly could actually cost us a game by making a decision like that. Of course, the drop catch could also be included in some of him, the issue of costing us the game.
But that final over now, as we look to wrap, England needed 20 runs off 6 balls. Walk up, running up to the crease, Older, first ball, a no ball. And we're like, Lord God, here we go again. The second, or no, the ball over, free hit, no runs, right? Second ball, wicket, and we're backing it. And we're like, okay, just need to keep it down to less than a run a ball. Third ball, wicket. Fourth ball, it was over. Wicket. Fifth ball, 5 wickets. Closing out the match with 5 for 27. A man of the match performance. A man of the series performance. 5 matches over the series, 15 wickets. Impressive from the home grown player.
Yeah, that it was super impressive. Whole actually step up big time, big time. As you said, you analyze it properly, saying that 20 runs to get from 6 balls, and I can just imagine the pressure. And Holder was able to control his nerves and use his mental wits to actually claim some brilliant, some good scout, and pretty much deliver the victory for us. If anybody was beating Holder before this, they actually should be able to take off the hat for this performance in this series, and especially in this match, and especially the last 6 balls of the game. He actually took it on full time and gave the Barbados crowd something to cheer about. Um, yeah, so it was excellent. It was excellent all around.
And of course, it was an excellent overall performance by, especially by the bowling team after the batters put on 179 for 4 of their 20 overs. At one point when the West Indies batted, it looked like it was going to be an easy victory for England. And then when England chased again, it looked like it was going to be easy for England. But for some reason, they stuck it out. They suck up the pressure and came out winning this match by 17 runs and winning the series 3-2. I mean, they set it up well going into this last match 2-all and closing out with a victory. Raymond, you must be happy with all the noise going on externally, internally to see them winning.
Yeah, it's good that they block out all of that and know they have the series to win. To beat the number one ranked team in the world. They block out all of that, and concentrate, and it paid dividends big time. Even though during the game was ups and down at many points of the game, persons thought that it was over. They probably wouldn't be able to win. They ended up strong mental fortitude, especially from Jason Ola and the captain from a batting perspective, and Ola from a bowling perspective, to actually bring it home full on. Well done, West Indies. Well done.
So the West Indies winning a series after going to Pakistan and before Pakistan going to the World Cup and performing terribly. They went to Pakistan and they never win nothing. Come to the Caribbean, played Ireland, and they've never win either. And now they faced top competition. I know persons out there are saying that this is England B team, but you don't get to the top by just 11 players or a few players. You're supposed to have a squad that can maintain top ranking, right? So England, number one ranked in the world, West Indies, beating them 3-2 in the series at home. An excellent, entertaining series for cricket fans, bringing back some fun and flair and entertainment to T20 in the Caribbean, and we're extremely happy that they managed to pull it off. A lot of times we see them pulling a loss from the jaws of victory. That's how them always call it, but it never happened this time. I'm happy. So fans out there, we would love to hear from you. What's your thoughts on the overall performance of the players? What's your thoughts on the changes that they made? What's your thoughts on how they did in the entire series? Leave all those comments in the comment section below. And always remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. And to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of them friends to come and join the Sports DTM family. This has been another episode of Sports Down the Middle. Right? Ray and I checking out. Until next time, be blessed.